Hey, what's up guys? Landan with Late Model Restoration. In this video, I'm going to show you how to properly install an aftermarket shift knob into your S550 Mustang, whether it includes a jam nut or it does not. To remove your factory shift knob, rotate it counterclockwise to remove it from the shifter lever. First things first, we're going to be installing a shift knob that does not come with a jam nut. Make sure the shift pattern is parallel with the console, and then begin rotating the knob to thread it on to the shifter lever. When doing this, you want to count your number of turns. Once the shift knob stops rotating, that's when you need to stop. Rotate the knob counterclockwise as if you were going to remove it, and get the pattern parallel again with the console. Now you want to power on the car and make sure reverse lockout engages. You do not have to start the engine. You can do this with the key on. Pull up on the reverse lockout collar, pull it all the way over, and ours does not engage, so we need to turn it back. One full turn. Check again, reverse lockout successfully engages. You can verify this by checking your backup camera display, and then check it a few times just to make sure it properly engages and disengages. Now you can remove the knob and be sure you count the number of turns it takes to remove it from the shift lever. Ours was 13 full turns. Now take some blue thread locking compound and apply it to the shifter lever studs. Make sure your shift pattern's parallel with the console, and then count the number of turns it took to remove the knob. In our case, it was 13. Once you get the shift pattern on the shift knob parallel with the center console, you'll want to let the blue thread locking compound set up per the manufacturer's specifications of the compound that you used. The cure time is going to vary from manufacturer to manufacturer of your blue thread locking compound. Me personally, I would recommend installing this shift knob toward the evening time. That way it has all night to cure before driving the car again. All right, now that I've covered the shift knob without a jam nut installation procedure, I'm going to show you guys how to properly install a shift knob that comes with a jam nut into your S550. Before we begin, make sure your factory shift knob is out of the way. On your jam nut, go ahead and color one of the flats with a Sharpie marker. Go ahead and position it onto the shifter lever and make sure the colored flat is facing toward you and parallel with the console. Now you can begin threading it and counting the number of turns. For a starting point, I did a total of 15 total turns. Now, go ahead and thread on your shift knob. Thread on your shift knob all the way until it bottoms out on the jam nut. Notice the shift pattern. It's a half turn off. Turn it back a half turn. Make sure the shift pattern is parallel with the console. Before you remove your shift knob and your jam nut, verify reverse lockout engages. Do this a few times just to make sure. Count the number of turns it takes to remove the shift knob from the shift lever. It took us 10.5 turns. Now since our pattern was a half turn off, we can take our colored flat and turn it a half turn the opposite direction. Go ahead and remove it from the shift lever. Be sure and count your turns. It took 15.25 turns to remove our jam nut from the shift lever. Apply a blue thread locker to your shifter lever. Rethread your jam nut and count the turns. Thread on your shift knob all the way until it bottoms out on your jam nut and verify that your pattern is parallel with your console. There you go guys, installing an aftermarket shift knob in your S550 is easier than you think, and this instructional tutorial will help anybody out. That way they don't run their shift knob all the way down and pop the top off of their brand new shift knob. You can pick up a shift knob for your S550 Mustang from the Real Mustang Enthusiasts, lmr.com.